Hey guys, I am doing a sketchbook tour. This is the first sketchbook I have ever completed in my life, okay? This one right here, classic, everybody has this, right? I started it in 2014. I just finished it, I think, in January this year, 2020. I'm not much of a sketch person. I'm like a person who just does big pieces all the time. But I started to like work on smaller little color pencil pieces in here. Oh, by the way, 2014 is the year that I started using color pencils. So there's gonna be work in here before I had mastered them. So you guys can see how trash I was. And I don't even know what's in here. I don't even remember everything that's in here. Like, I don't know. It might be some embarrassing stuff in here, but I'm explaining everything to y'all. But it's been a long journey. And of course, towards the end, 2020 is when I pretty much started putting all my little color pencil characters in here. So, I mean, I can't wait. It's going to be a tour for me too, because I like never look back at this stuff. So hopefully it can be like motivation for artists who are at the level that I was when I first started it, so you can see how good I got. Yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I'm filming this upside down, so hopefully this looks okay to you guys. Let's see what is in here from 2014. What is this? Okay, this is nothing. This started out as a sketch of G-Eazy, the rapper. I've been a big fan of him since 2012, so he was like one of those people I used to draw all the time. But this was when I started to feel like freehanding had become really difficult, and I'm actually gonna start using a grid not too long after this. Nothing. This was going to be a sketch of Laurent from Les Twins. He was another person that I wanted to draw all the time. I was obsessed with him. But as you can see, it didn't go well. It looks like I was using graphite. Tried a little white color pencil right here. Black and gray was getting really boring to me at this point, and that's why I decided to try color pencils. Okay, here's a good sketch of Laurent. This was like one of the last things I did in freehand before I started using a grid, and one of the last things I did in graphite, I should say, before I started using color pencils. I did use graphite again after that, but this was like one of the last things I did before I tried color. And it's Laurent from Les Twins. It's not perfect, but this is actually like the shading. I like the method that I used. Okay, so this was obviously after I finally tried color pencil, and this was actually like one of my more successful first attempts. It was supposed to be a picture of Michael Jackson, and I was like still scared with proportions or whatever, like nervous about not making them perfect, and I hadn't discovered the gridding method yet. So I just drew like his nose first, and then I drew the lips and then the eyes, and I tried to fill in everything else after that, but as you can see, I was unsuccessful. But this is actually pretty good. Like, this is better than what I'm gonna do after. Like, I had a lot of really bad failed attempts after this, but this was like a pretty good attempt for somebody who was like just trying out color pencils. It's not my first one, but definitely the best. Oh god. So I feel like every artist recognizes these lips. This is like a really popular pair of lips that artists would draw back when I first started, 2013, 2014. And it's just like this really shiny pair of pink lips with like liquid dripping from them or whatever, as you can see. And clearly I was not skilled enough yet with color pencils to be attempting this. I should have never went for this. I used to do that a lot though. I used to like really try stuff that was way beyond my talent and skill, but that's okay. It was definitely like humbling. I would get so frustrated, y'all. Like, I used to be so frustrated to the point of my eyes tearing up when I couldn't successfully do things, and they ended up looking like this. Look at these teeth. Like, what was I doing? Okay, so this was the first full drawing that I did in color pencil, and when I first did this, I was so proud. Y'all don't even understand. This is a portrait of Beyonce, from her like "Why Don't You Love Me" promo photos or whatever they're called, where she's drinking the cocktail and she's like on the phone crying. I love that picture of her, and I had to draw it, and I was like, these colors are perfect. Like, I want to do it in color pencil. I want that to be like my first color pencil project. So I did this. I did freehand it, and you can see that my color pencil skills are not the best, but they clearly were like, I was like kind of starting to understand layering, but not quite. And my proportions obviously still weren't that good. And of course, I did a second version of this once I did get a lot better with color pencils. And I named it "Why Don't You Love Me 2.0." Maybe I'll insert a picture of it. Okay, so just like drawing lips was super popular back then, so was drawing eyes. I shouldn't even say back then, like it's just popular for artists, period. Like, we just like to practice eyes and lips and noses. And so I don't know why I drew these eyes so damn big, but yeah, I drew these big ass eyeballs. And I was still like, instead of layering, like shading softly and adding layers and layers and layers, I was still doing everything like I was coloring a coloring book. It's like one thick, strong ass solid layer, and that's why it looks so bad. This part looks kind of cool, like it looks pretty realistic, but these pupils, oh god, no. I don't know why I drew them so big. I just can't draw small things. There's something wrong with me. This was going to be a black and gray portrait of El DeBarge, but I never finished the sketch. Apparently I did. Okay, so let me slide this over. So this, I guess, was a second attempt at drawing El DeBarge, but once I started like trying to shade it in black and gray, I fucked up. I was really bad at black and gray, or like, you know, graphite on this toned paper. I was a lot better on white paper or cream paper, but this toned paper, I just could not do it. I don't know why, because I love the way black and gray drawings look on this paper. I love the way everything looks on this paper, but yeah, this wasn't it. I just suck so bad at graphite. That's why you never see me do it. I'm definitely a color artist. So this, I'm gonna just flip this over really quick so you get a full view. Another drawing of the twins that I started. Like I said, I was obsessed with them between 2013 and 2014. So this is Larry, this is Laurent. Laurent looks pretty good actually as far as proportions go. Like, his nose is perfect. And Larry is just a little bit off. But the shading though, like, and And you know what else? I was very limited in the colors that I could use because I had like the 36 pack of Prismacolor color pencils. There weren't a lot of skin tone colors. Like there was pretty much peach, this light peach, brown. You know, I probably had like three browns in there, and some oranges and stuff probably, but that was it. But so that's why you see me go in here with the pink, because I'm like, well, I don't have that many colors to work with. I was like, well, I don't have that many colors, so I'm gonna just do whatever with any colors. And so yeah, that's why I was trying some things here with the pink, but of course I ended up hating it somewhere along the way and decided not to finish it. Okay, let's see what's next. Oh god, I remember this. This was supposed to be a portrait of Sade. There is this really gorgeous picture of her that I love. It's my favorite picture of her. I'm not even like, don't like crucify me or anything, but I'm not even like a Sade fan. But I just love this picture of her so much that I wanted to draw it. And she just looks so natural and so pure and like so beautiful and peaceful in the picture. And the colors in her face and everything were so pretty. I really wanted to be able to reproduce that with color pencil, but my skills were just not up to the task, so it came out looking like this. And you guys know now, whenever I give like color pencil tips, I'm like, shade softly, soft, gentle, circular motions. But clearly when I was learning, before I figured that out, when I was learning, I was just shh. And I was very heavy-handed with it as well. This is my nose and lips. It's just something I was just trying to practice with my color pencil shading. It didn't go well. Okay, so this is a graphite portrait of Lana Del Rey. I don't know. I'm not a fan of her either, but it was just a really pretty picture of her, and I wanted to draw it. And it is so shiny. Like, you know, when you shade so many layers with graphite, it gets really shiny. So like her eyeliner in this hair right here is, I can't even see it right now when I'm looking down at this, but yeah, just another failed graphite portrait. Proportions were off. I definitely made her face too fat, and the shading is trash, and I don't really have nothing else to say about it. And of course the hair is trash. Like, I still haven't mastered hair, definitely not in graphite. Let me turn this around. So it's another drawing of lips and teeth. I can say that the teeth definitely look a lot better than the first teeth that I drew. But once again, I'm still just way too heavy-handed with my shading and not using enough colors. Because now I know, you know, as somebody who has mastered color pencils, I know that it takes a ton of colors just to make up one color or one part of a face, or, you know, skin tone or some lips. It takes a ton of colors, and I was just drawing what I saw, you know. If the lips were red, then I pulled out a red color pencil and just started going. So, and this is supposed to be a grill. Some more random noses and eyes. Another eye, a really irritated eye. Not sure what this was supposed to be. Okay, so let me turn this over. This was when I kind of started seeing a little bit of growth in my shading as far as like my technique. I did something a little different with this. This is a portrait of Emperor Selassie, and I did use a little tiny grid for this. And you can see that my shading is a lot softer. There's kind of some smudges on here because I drew on the next sheet of paper. But yeah, my shading was so much more gentle and soft in this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I just stopped pressing so damn hard with my pencil. So let me flip it over on this side, which is also done with a little grid. This was supposed to be Benny from the movie City of God. I know y'all know what that is. I know y'all know who Benny is. So I started this off, and I ended up not finishing because I realized that this small scale stuff is really not for me. Like, it is so much harder for me. I'm so used to doing things on a larger scale. I just could not do it, y'all. So I just gave up. I remember this was actually a commission. This girl wanted me to do a logo for her, and I ended up like canceling it and just telling her like, yo, I can't do it. I honestly, y'all, I just did not, like, you know, when it comes to commissions, it's like harder to find the motivation to do them. And I just, no matter how hard I tried, it had been a few weeks and I just could not bring myself to do it. So I just told her I couldn't do it. Okay, so this actually, well, obviously is a GameCube controller, and I was just practicing again with color pencil. And it's funny because when I look at this now, it doesn't look that great, but back at the time when I did it, I thought it was amazing. Like, the drawing is great. Like, it's pretty easy for me to draw inanimate objects without a grid. Like, you know, it took me a while to be able to freehand faces and get them accurate enough. But I could always draw inanimate objects like pretty accurately. So the drawing is dope. The shading is a lot better than what I had been doing, but it's just not on that like level yet. It's not quite there yet. I might actually try this again, drawing a GameCube controller. Of course, I don't have mine anymore, but all right. So what we're gonna do now is fast forward to 2018. So all of these drawings before were from like 2014, 2015, 2016. Well, actually, this is the only one from 2016. And then I actually have another sketchbook where I did a lot of stuff in it from 2015. So that's really where like the progress happens. Like in this one, it was just all my bogus stuff and then all of my latest stuff. So you don't get to see the in-between. But this is the first color pencil character, that's what I call them, that I ever did. And it started like this whole new style for me where I would draw faces like with exaggerated features sometimes, and put this black outline and then this white outline around them. And yeah, I would just do these cute little color pencil drawings, and this was the first one I did. And like I said, she started a trend. This is when I got back into color pencils after I had been using only chalk pastels for about a year and a half. Yeah, because when I started using chalk pastels, I damn near forgot about my color pencils, y'all. So after a year and a half, I was like, let me go back to them before I forget how to use them. So you can see I'm a little rusty. Well, you can't tell I'm rusty because you don't know what my stuff look like between this and all the stuff you just saw. But it's rusty, trust me. Okay. This is one of my favorite drawings ever. Definitely top 5 character drawings. This is Popcorn. I named her Popcorn because of her dress, obviously, and this is inspired by a selfie that I took with a dress on that looks like this. It's actually right next to me. That's so funny. But yeah, so once I did her, I felt like so refreshed as an artist. I felt like I was having this new beginning, y'all. I was like, this is my style. It took me years to freaking figure it out. But once I did this, I'm like, yeah, this is me right here. This is what I want to do. Not a thumbnail sketch because it's a little bigger than that, but it was just a sketch of Mac Miller that I was doing to try to figure out how I wanted to do this memorial piece that I was making of him after he passed away. And you can see that there's a balloon in there, and in the actual finished memorial piece there's also balloons, but I definitely changed up the whole concept. And I'm surprised that this even looks like Mac Miller as small as I did this, because I suck at drawing things small. Okay, this is another character drawing, a little bit smaller than the rest. She's definitely my least popular character drawing. She's Malaysian Beauty, and she's inspired also by a selfie of me. Most of my character drawings are inspired by selfies of me. So I'll just take like a picture of myself and just turn it into something else based on how I look in the photo, how I'm posing and everything. So I ended up throwing a fan in there, putting some chopsticks in, and she became Malaysian Beauty. But nobody likes her. So this is I don't know why I'm doing it. This is my Christmas elf. I was like really trying hard to get more holiday pieces in my portfolio because I realized I had none. So when the holidays come around and I want to have a Christmas sale, I don't even have any like Christmas themed pieces. So I was like, I'm gonna draw one of my little characters and make her an elf. So I took this picture of me standing outside with my big afro, and I turned my afro into a Christmas tree and hung little ornaments on it, gave her some elf ears, and I just put a deer behind her just because y'all know I love deer. And obviously she's not a reindeer, but that's okay because it's art and you can do whatever you want to do. But unfortunately, my Christmas elf is also another one of my slept on drawings. I really love the way I did her eyes. The eyes are so pretty. Yes. All right, this is my version or rendition or whatever of the Queen of Hearts. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. It was fun doing a crown again because that used to be my thing for a while. In 2015 I drew a lot of golden crowns in color pencil, and so this was my first time doing that since then. So that was fun doing that again, drawing gold. But yeah, she slept on as well. Nobody fucks with my Queen of Hearts. I fuck with her. I have to put some fixative on these things. Okay. This is my Beyonce character. Now, she intentionally looks like a character. Like, her features are intentionally like not 100% realistic or proportional. But when I did this, I was planning on doing an entire series where I drew Beyonce with different types of candy. So I would just do I looked up pictures of her wearing like my favorite looks, like my favorite outfits that she's ever worn, and I like matched a piece of candy up with it, like whatever candy matched with her outfit I was gonna put her with. So for this, she was just wearing white, but she had her makeup was like really natural and brown, and her hair was too. So I was like, I'm gonna put her with some peanut butter cups. And I did. I think it came out really pretty. But eventually, like, other projects came into play, and I just had to put this one on the back burner. I may go back to it because I do think it's a really cute idea, but we'll see. Okay, this is a character drawing of one of my followers on Instagram, or was it on Twitter, I think, when I did this. So I made a post with a bunch of my different character drawings in it, and I said that if this gets so many retweets or whatever, then I'll choose a random retweeter to do a character drawing of. So she won. Her name is Mina, and she's actually the girl who I just drew with the two heads, or the two faces attached to each other. That's her. So that's a more realistic drawing of her. But this is a character drawing I did of her a couple of years ago. Well, 2018, yeah. A couple years ago. So I feel like she definitely needed like something better than this. She has a really beautiful pictures. So this is obviously Sonic the Hedgehog. I did this last year when there was a lot of Sonic talk because the movie was about to come out. This was something totally different for me because for one, you guys know I don't like to work on a small scale, and then for two, I never really drew like actual characters like this. Like I drew Bugs Bunny before. I think he should have been in here, but he got ripped out, so I have him on like a separate individual sheet of paper. But yeah, that's not really my thing. Like, I love to draw real people and I love to draw realistic stuff. But this was at a time when I was trying to get my YouTube channel back on track and get the engagement up, and I was like planning on doing like a couple of popular pieces here and there just to like get people's attention or whatever, drive more engagement to my channel. So this was one of those pieces because Sonic was a very popular topic at the time. But this was actually super fun to do. Oh yay, this is like top 3 character drawings. I love this so much. I was falling in love with it as I was doing it, but once I finished it, I was just like, wow, I really outdid myself with this drawing. And I feel like a lot of people thought the same thing. Like, this got a lot of attention across all of my social media platforms. And this is pink lemonade. In case you didn't know, this is a can of pink lemonade, even though it says yum on it, because I just didn't want to use the pink lemonade logo. And this is also inspired by a selfie of me, obviously. And as you can see, there's lots of lemons around me, and there's lemonade dripping from my lips. And the whole purpose of this drawing is just me expressing myself. Pink lemonade is arguably my favorite drink. Actually, up until about a month ago, I was drinking about 2 to 3 cans of pink lemonade a day, but I cut down because obviously that was way too much. So I had to, put myself on punishment. But yeah, pink lemonade was like, I feel like it's something that anybody who knows me relates to me. So I wanted to do a piece that was based on that. This is my daisy piece, and she's named Daisy obviously because there are daisies in here. These are like the best flowers I have ever drawn. Y'all know I suck at flowers, okay? It doesn't get any better than this with me. Like, this is amazing for me. But yeah, this is a portrait of me with these really lovely sunglasses on. I love these. And this is after I cut all my hair off and bleached it platinum blonde. And I just put some white daisies in here because they matched with my hair and with my earring and with my shades. And I just wanted to draw that picture because the original photo has such a beautiful color palette. And I wanted to recreate it. And this is one of my favorites. I'll say top 5 character drawing. But this is also, well, actually pink lemonade is when my character drawings actually became less exaggerated and more realistic. Oh, before I move on, let me add on to that. The reason that they weren't realistic in the beginning is because I had just started freehanding again with pastels. Well, a year and a half before that. And once I got back to color pencils, I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to freehand as well because it's not that easy to correct mistakes in color pencil as it is in pastel. So I was just really afraid to do anything realistic of real people and then have it end up being off. So yeah, that's really the reason why I started off making everything so exaggerated. But this was once I started getting more comfortable with freehanding color pencils. So this is something I drew during a really bad artist block. I can't remember when or like how long it lasted, but I was having this artist block where I just could not draw anything right. And I was like, well, maybe I need to just leave these color pencils and these pastels alone and like try to go back to, the fundamentals. I was like, I'm gonna try some black and gray. So I started off, this started off as a graphite portrait, and then once I started shading it in, I decided to use black color pencils because, graphite just can't get as dark as you want it to be. And I wanted the dark parts to be really black, so I used color pencil. And this is actually not bad, it just doesn't look how I wanted it to look. Like, it looks pretty cool actually. This isn't how it was supposed to look. And you can see the little sad face that I drew because I was so disappointed and frustrated, but that's okay because I went on to do many great things after this. Okay, this was the original peppermint pastry, and you're gonna see the finished peppermint pastry after this, but this is what it originally started out like. The whole idea started out as this, and I got so far as to start shading it in, but obviously during that process I was like, no, this isn't right, this isn't what I planned for this to be, because I tried to like just make my own original face, and I've done that a couple of times, but I just wasn't successful here. I couldn't make up a face from my brain, and I tried and it just wasn't looking good to me. So I was like, no, I still want to do this concept really badly, but I'm gonna scrap this and I'm gonna just try with another photo of myself. And that's where this came in. So this is my complete peppermint pastry, my do-over. And one thing that I changed is I made her look happy, because that was a big thing. Like, I wanted her to look really happy. And I don't know why I drew the face like that in the other one. Like, it looked really bland. She looked really upset. So that was one big difference. I think I drew the donut on her head way better. And also I added this element in with the candy cane and the peppermints. And obviously I shaded it differently. The other one, the face was going to be in color. This one is a more monochrome gray face. And I am so glad I did this over, y'all, because this came out so gorgeous. Now, this is also one of my top 3 favorite color pencil characters. So gorgeous. And also a holiday piece. So this is, I'm like looking at this in person for the first time since I drew it. And it actually looks a lot better to me now than it did when I first finished it. But this is my Santa baby drawing. And obviously she's a little woman, a little Santa, female Santa, and she's sitting on the plate of cookies and hot chocolate that has been left out for her. And like I said in previous videos, I'm going to do a larger chalk pastel version of this because I love this concept. And I think I did relatively well for such a small color pencil piece. But I think I could do a lot better if it's bigger and in pastel. I think it would look really cool. So I'm excited about that. Probably going to do that this holiday. Oh my gosh, this is the last one? Yep, this is the last sketch in my sketchbook, and it is my Michael Valentine drawing, which of course is called Michael Valentine because it's Michael Jackson, but it's a Valentine's Day piece. Just like when my Justin Bieber Valentine's Day piece is named Justin Valentine. But yeah, I just did this year. This was my second piece of 2020. Santa Baby was the first. And I'm not gonna lie, this didn't come out anything how it was planned in my head either, but it still came out so great. I'm selling this original, so I don't have any prints of it, but I'm selling the original. So if anybody wants that, all of my links will be down in the description box. And yeah, thank you guys for watching my sketchbook tour and looking at all my ugly pieces and sticking around for all the beautiful ones. So let me know what you guys think. If this gave you any kind of hope about your skills as an artist who's still kind of developing or whatever, please let me know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.